Test. 1, 2. Ooh-wee, what's going on, boys and girls? How are y'all doing today? Let me check my mic settings. They good? Let's go. Oh, crap. I'm dragging stuff around here on OBS. All right, there we go. Yo, what's the deal? It's your boy Z-Rex. We live today on Hump Day. What is it? October 13th, 2021. What? Let's go. Almost Halloween. Probably my favorite holiday. Because who doesn't like to dress up and get candy and have some parlays, man? Not betting parlays, I guess partays, maybe. I don't know, whatever. Let's talk about some price action, because there's always something to talk about. We'll start with dominance. Nothing really special from the last video we did a couple days ago. Kind of just chilling up here. We really want to see this get over 49, and then maybe Bitcoin's got some super fireworks in store for us. But I'm kind of just stalling. Nothing's really different about those charts. Let's go zoom into Biddy McBitsons. And you can see we broke this trend line, rallied right to the underbelly of it, and then got pushed away. And now we're trying to engulf this candle again and get back above the 10 simple here. We still got about 3.5 hours for this candle. It is noteworthy that the bears do still have dominance on the oscillators. So we don't want to get too excited quite yet. It does look good overall. Like we said yesterday, as long as it's holding about 54,000, you do have to overall give credit to the bulls at this moment. For Bitcoin specifically, Ethereum is in a different camp, which we'll get to here shortly. But you can see on this weekly, there is a lot of resistance here at this upper 50s range. I mean, pretty much every body, top of the bodies on all these candles is right about there. So, it's expected to have a little bit of a pushback, especially on the first test, like we're getting here. And so far, it's just kind of coming back, retesting this consolidation under the horizontal. And, hopefully this is a nice little pump to get back over and sustain it. The only problem is there's just no momentum on the oscillators in the short term, and they're actually firmly bearish. So that's probably the worst thing about the chart right now. That is a little bit different from the last video, because when we were doing the last video, we were back over here, and that had not happened yet. So we do have a little bit of new information that's slightly concerning. I wouldn't get super concerned on it until we really start closing the body. And you can see even this 54,000 area that got tested yesterday and early in the morning here is so far being respected. So that's giving us more, what's the word I'm looking for? Just more data to show that 54,000 is kind of our number. So, until it kind of breaks below there, it's all right. I'm still cautiously bullish on this setup, but again, this new information that we've got now is a little bit concerning to me. On futures, let's see if they're showing the same thing. Not as terrible, but definitely have lost the momentum since the last video as well. So just kind of lollygagging around up here, kind of like traditional markets, but still looking pretty damn good on the daily. Again, staying above 54,000, very important right now. Ethereum has made this little trend line here, rejection from the 618, double top sort of, and we're kind of just working our way down. We haven't broke this 34-ish level definitively. We've only breached down sub that just briefly a couple of times. But this is getting a little bit heavy, and bears do have full dominance right now, and they've had it actually since even the video that we did a couple of days ago. That's still intact, and nothing on the daily, extremely super neutral on the daily. So just kind of lackluster move for a unicorn shirt, man. Really would like to see the bulls open a daily above this 35.50. And ultimately, really, we kind of just needed above 3,600 and above this little box here to really get the party started. And just this little lollygagging and letting the bull or bears still maintain dominance is not my favorite posturing. So sub 34, I'd probably look for a test of the 33 area, give or take 20, 30 bucks. And really, I'm just watching this trend line for some kind of continuation signal up to the upside. All right, let's go Ethereum. Futures actually kind of trying to reset here, but again, pretty damn neutral. The only thing you've got so far is the EMA crossing, and so kind of also futures supporting that same area at 3,400-ish. So that's nice for confluence. I always like when spot and futures line up. So that's cool. So we don't really have to talk more about that. It's still about 3,400. As long as we're above that, it's okay. Kind of just rounding up here. Very, very boring chart. I'll zoom in maybe on Litecoin. Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's got a little bearish posturing there too. Oh, what do we got here? What are you alerting me for? Okay, nothing important. Then why do I have an alert? Is a good question, right? That's because I had a different chart plugged in one of my other chart spots on my tick stuff, which I was about to drag over, but that's just, we don't want to go there right now. All right, so whatever, don't care. Litecoin just in this middle of the box. I mean, until it really gets out of this range, who cares? XRP is trying to hold its base here. I did like it a little bit more on the last video than some other stuff, but since then it's kind of just been meh and not really doing shit. I mean, but it's still okay. I think we're looking at about like $1.05 roughly is kind of the bottom end of there. But you do have this nice little saucer from The mama really hammering that dollar range, and really as long as it's above $1, it's okay. I think if we start getting any price action below $1 again, even on cracked time frames, I would start to very much question the bull strength on this guy. And again, you can clearly see up here, anything back above like 116 probably gets us to the closer up to this blue line target. XLM actually looking pretty. Actually, XLM looks pretty damn good here. Kind of flagging out here at the tops, given enough time. So we did get enough days to actually bring up and reset the oscillators, and we do have momentum all on the bull's side on XLM. So XLM is getting some nice follow through from the last video with this new data. With the new data we got, this is actually pretty decent. Even the bull's able to wick it a little bit higher than this consolidation, so that's pretty good. If XLM can close above 35.7.8 cents, that would look pretty damn sexy. Let's zoom in a little bit. And we already did get a close here. Wow, yeah, okay. So XLM is showing a little bit of relative strength in the market, so that is kind of interesting there. I would have not have guessed that. How funny. All right, ETC, not so much. It is holding on by a thread here at the mama and this consolidation at about 51 handle. So as long as we're above that, it's okay. Not my favorite chart, though. I definitely will not be touching this. And again, like Ethereum and some of the other altcoins, we've got bearish momentum all the way on the lower time frames. And pretty neutral on the daily, so it's just kind of like, meh. They're just not really that much to do. I will say on the weekly, though, as I quickly went to it and saw, we are sitting right on top of the mama, giving us a little bit of confluence too, a little lower at about $50, and maybe 48 versus, oh, what the hell did I just say over here? Okay, so it actually is showing confluence there. What it just got filled there? What are you filling for me? What is going on here? Okay, nothing. I'm not sure where that noise came from. You'll probably heard it too, but whatever. Yeah, so $50 is looking okay. And this weekly, this is an interesting spot. So if bulls are going to do something, they probably will do it fairly soon if they're going to pump this shit up. We get back over this trend line on a couple daily open and closes, which is getting farther and farther away as time goes. Yeah, maybe we can start looking for some big moves, but, it's just kind of a mad chart as well. So let's see. DOT. Oh, look at DOT taking off today. Wow. Very nice. We were looking at DOT the last video saying that it was actually showing some pretty good relative strength in the lower time frames, or the daily time frame was looking pretty good with this reset. We just needed some follow through on the DMI, which it looks like we're getting today. Holy crap. This is a pretty big move. Closing up above $39. I mean, you got to give it to the bulls the kudos. There is one concern here that when we do get above about $40, it has not been able to get any momentum past going to about 50, and those are very short-lived, so it is very volatile up here. Be very careful in this. Definitely not going to be FOMOing into this myself, but yeah, just if you are in this and you've had running, I would be cautious that you do get these little pumps up to 50, but you can see they keep getting faded fairly quickly. So that would be the next pivot point, is about $50. This is kind of no man's land. It could go up there later tonight, even tomorrow, really fast. But as you can see, even in the same day, you could actually get all the way rejected. Like this candle here went from 48 all the way back down to about where we are now. So it's a little bit, you got to be a little cautious up here, but very nice overall on DOT. We start hanging out up here again like this, yeah, like back here I would have said the same thing. This is really bullish and looks good. And then this candle would have concerned me too. And then this also looks really good, consolidating up here. But then you get no follow through in this little bullshit indecision candle with follow through after it, engulfing the prior one. So it's just kind of like, oh, that looks crappy too, back in the box range. But if we can stay above this box range, which is currently about 38.50 to about $40 flat, I would have to lean to the upside on DOT. So good job, DOT, man. ADA is hanging on by a thread. Is this a spot to buy ADA? You could make a decent argument for that. for sure. I do like how this is kind of bouncing off of this horizontal one more time. Now, the question will be, will the bulls be able to pump it past about 220? Because every time it does come test this horizontal around the low $2 range, it bounces, but it's making lower highs each time it touches it, since it has been touching it. Here, lower high, here, lower high, here. Man, you get the point. So I would say if we can start seeing bulls close medium time frames above like 225, and definitely moving out to the daily, we could see that above about 228. You know, this thing we start opening the doors to run into 250 pretty easily. So ADA might be one to watch, especially if DOT and some other stuff is going to start pumping. Obviously, DOT's like the big boy mover today. Double-digit moves, man. Very nice. Link, hanging on by a thread too, not near as pretty. Let's zoom in, see if we got something there. I guess you can kind of throw it up with like ADA's type chart. You can see it's respected this 24 area a bunch of times. In this nice little cluster. So as long as we're holding on to 24, it's okay. I do think if there is pretty much any, probably even like a 3-hour would do it, which I usually don't use a 3-hour on 24-hour crypto stuff. I like to use this 458, or like you could use like an 8-hour. It's pretty much the same, because I know you can't, if you don't have a custom and you don't pay for TradingView, then you won't be able to do custom time frames. So you could use like an 8-hour as a very similar one to that. But anyway, we get an 8-hour close below $24 on a body. I'd probably look for it to test the lower end of this range. I'm gonna have to reassess, but you know, one could buy this as a range trade for sure, because I mean the risk is fairly obvious right here to about, you know, somewhere in these lows, depending on your tolerance, maybe 6 to about 12%. Which one would think is high probably most of the time, but in crypto, that is not that much. That's for sure. All right. EOS. Man, just funky ping-ponging around. I guess there is kind of a giant box range, sort of something like this. I know it's kind of sloppy, but it's something about like that. And we're right in the middle of it. We do have this horizontal at around 420. Hell yeah. But we got mama hump, camel hump kind of giving us resistance. And saying that 450 right now is kind of the real number. You can see how it's just going straight flat sideways here. Those are usually good pivot points. So if we can kind of work our way up above 450 and stay above it for, you know, a few candles on the daily, yeah, maybe we will get a run back up to 550. So kind of interesting chart. And there is a trend line here that looks to be attempting on a break. Is it? Oh, no, not quite. If you take it back from that swing, if you do take it from here, whoops, on the smaller one, it is kind of showing a breakout retest of the top of it, and yeah, right on this horizontal. So, you know, maybe this is a decent spot on EOS right here. BCH, yeah. Nah, I don't like BCH. Breaking this trend line, and there's no love yet. Pretty bearish stance, kind of like a Ethereum sort of chart in the middle of this range. Yeah, definitely not my favorite. And we're in the middle of the horizontals too, so this is kind of, I mean, I guess if you forced me to say something about shorter term, maybe if as long as it can hold 550-ish, it's okay, but definitely not my favorite chart. BSV, I still think is looking kind of good here, riding up and attempting to reset the bullish posturing. We've got the EMA structure. We don't have it on oscillators yet, and we do have a short-term time frame kind of a trend line like so. So it's all right. As long as it's holding this trend line, I wouldn't be too concerned. If we start breaching that thing, then I would start to question the bulls here, and we'd have to reassess. Maybe we start chopping around like this again between 150 and 170, which seems to be a very favored price point. In BSV, if we zoom out to the weekly, we have seen that many a times, the upper 170s and this horizontal right here at about 150. So we're just smacking this gigantic consolidation and favored range by BSV and Mr. Craig himself. Alrighty, let's see here. XMR just banging up against this trend line. I mean, we do have the EMAs looking sexy, but again, we don't have the oscillators showing sexiness with them. What time is it? All right, quarter till. Yeah, I mean, it's not much there. I mean, this trend line, it's almost really good. It really is. I mean, it looks pretty decent above 260. Below that, you probably test this range again. But man, if we can break out over this trend line for a day or two, we probably will test like 300 to 340-ish off of this structure here. So it's almost super sexy. ZC, man, I don't know. I just haven't really liked this chart in a long time. I just still don't like it. I'm just going to skip it. Same with Dash, whatever, don't care. Let's go to Dogecoin, something everybody likes or loves to hate, one of the two. Anyway, pretty nice. Just chilling. Actually, no, it's not pretty nice. I'm sorry. I'm lying. It's actually kind of whack. Bears are getting dominance in the low time frames, creeping up, and we're about to have a EMA crossover. If we just stay below 23 pennies for another few candles, so by tonight, early in the morning, this will pretty much have a full bull bearish reset. And I'm going to just keep it the same as yesterday. As long as we're below 24 cents, you know, Dogecoin is a little bit heavy. So not my favorite chart there. I think if we get a daily close below 22 pennies too, we're probably going to test the lower end of this range in the upper teens. So that's something to look out for. Hex actually is making still lower lows, lower highs, and it actually did tail lower. And here, that is a very different price behavior than it's done pretty much this whole time in the rally. So I don't like this lower high thing. And until we kind of just break off of that, it is sort of making this sloppy sideways distribution type candle setup right now. Any daily closure below 35 pennies, I would look for this thing to get brutally smashed on. And you're probably talking like 23, 24, but really probably like upper teens on this. Let's go look at volume profile cheat sheet. Oh my God, dude. Get the shit out of here, bro. Hold on, let's look at the all-time. Yeah, wow. Okay, dude, yeah, this is really, really dangerous. This one has made everybody a lot of tendies, no doubt. That oven was busy baking all these tendies, but now I do think it's getting close to its, you know, a consolidation point. You know, it hasn't really had really big ones. It's mostly just been going up. But yeah, you could see on that volume profile, I mean, the fattest node on its history was all the way down at 10 cents. So I think if we close below 35 pennies and definitely below the 55 EMA, we can start targeting this consolidation zone right here, which is going to be a brutal move. That's going to be like a 50% haircut, potentially. All right, let's go to ES. Still struggling, man. Bulls are still struggling to get anywhere on ES, low time frames, all the EMAs right here. I mean, it's still not super sexy. It doesn't seem to attempt this week, or the last couple of weeks, they're trying to base out here, but I'm just not... I mean, until we get back over this trend line and at least the daily can close, open and close above the 21, it's just not that sexy, man. It just really isn't. And I'm trying to... I'm trying to see if there is going to be a base, but it just isn't. I don't want to force it. And there hasn't been price action below the 55 EMA like this since Corona crash, like we were talking about the other day. So this is definitely a change in behavior, and I'm not going to just be in buy the super dip mode like whatever, it's going back to the moon. Because as you can see, just looking left, we haven't... This one last cluster, we hung out below it for the week. Just intra-week, we stayed down. Intra-week, we stayed below it, and then immediately went back above it with a swiftness. Almost any time it came close to the 55, we did the same thing. But now we've been camping underneath it for over a week. So that's not good. And we're making lower lows, lower highs. That's a downtrend. So yeah, this weekly closes. This is the... line in the sand pretty much is this 43.30-ish area. We get a weekly close below this on ES, I would start to target some pretty farther moves to the downside. Probably another couple, like 1 to 200 points. So, and to the for a little bit, can't talk. On the flip side, if it does break this trend line and gets back over and we start making at least a daily close above about 4,400, then we can start changing our tune and consider this a based out pattern. But right now it's too early to tell. Same with NASDAQ floating below the 55s, and you can see we did it again for about a week here, came back above it. Even that second time an attempt couldn't do it. And if we even go further back to the fall, it didn't even get below it. Well, I guess for 2 days it did, but whatever. Now we're camped out here. How many days is this below it? This is now 2 weeks below it, so very different price behavior. So you got to be cautious on that. I'm applying the same strategy to all the indices. We got to get back over these trend lines that they all have in the 21 EMAs. So now Dow is doing that. Dow attempted to break, and now it's retesting that trend line. Now it did go deep into it, and there is this horizontal at 34.3, so that is very important, but it is pretty damn close. I mean, if bulls are going to step out somewhere and do something, it's probably going to be off of this low. Any more 3-hour closures below 34,100, I would start to just say F that, and we're probably going to test the lows of this range at least. So again, just not out of the woods. Same with here, same shit, different day. I mean, we are trying to make this little triangle. You can see that on the 3 hours, what I have that based off of. Lots of touches. So as long as it's above this, you can't really get too mad. But yeah, not super sexy though. It's not the sexiest thing. It's trying, but there's just nothing here. And big shocker, right? It's the Russell. It's been at this price level for most of the year. So yay. Dow Jones is trying to reset. I will give the transportation index a little bit of credit here on the 3 hour. It has a full bullish reset on the 3 hours as long as it stays above about 14,450. So that does look pretty good. What is this? What are you flashing on me? Yeah, I had a feeling bulls might be stepping in today, and it does look like they are coming in strong here at the end of the day. What do we got in the last 10 minutes? Yeah, this is when you see them pumps. Let's look at ES. Yeah, I mean, the crack time frames are looking fairly decent for maybe a test up to the trend lines or the horizontals that we've got on here. Although the trend line for Russell might be a little bit of a stretch, but hey, you never know. This market's crazy. Anything can happen. VIX not giving us any clues. It's just kind of blah, whatever. It is still making higher lows right now, so that is a little bit interesting for that, and staying right on the mama. VVIX kind of just camping down here. This is a funky looking pattern. I mean, it always looks weird, but it's trying to hold on. It does like to dip and kind of do the same little thing. So is it about to rip back up to the upside? Maybe. I don't know. Oil backing off this 82 level. Still kind of just consolidating up here. Is it probably going to just keep going sideways for a little bit? Yeah, I kind of think so. I think it's got a lot of resistance up here. This was a really hype trade with nat gas and everybody all like, oh, it's going to be so cold, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, as long as it's riding this trend line, I don't have any problems with it, and I will be buying dips against this trend line until it breaks it. So that's kind of my strategy for oil. Nat gas, I don't really trade nat gas, so look at this, nice bounce. We were looking at this a couple of days ago on the 11th, saying that there's probably going to be a little bit of bouncy McBouncing here. A lot of horizontal support too, right along the 156 area. And so it looks like someone get a little front run action, and not too shabby. Let's zoom in a little bit. And we're about to reset. If we can stay above 159, 158, upper 158s for another, probably through the night into the morning session, this will probably reset into a bullish posturing, and we might be able to look for a move to about 163. So possibly something to do there. 10-year not bouncing near as hard, still well below the 10 simple. And just barely hanging on. It did make even lows right here, so we'll just put a little horizontal there. Let's go back in time, too, and see if that has any relevance. Actually, look at all this relevance it has. Support, resistance cluster, resistance, attempted support, breakdown, attempted resistance. Boom, man, this is actually a very interesting pivot point. I had not looked at that before. So, all right, maybe we do get a little bit of bounce here, back up to like 132-ish or something. So maybe some plays coming up in there. TNX just kind of coming up, stalling out at that 160 area. This does look like it needs a little bit of time to consolidate. Maybe go sideways a little bit. Dixie kind of dumping here. It's a Dixie dump move, and it's engulfing the previous week of action, man. If it closes like this, that's actually not good. I'd probably look for it to come down to 93.40, which I actually will like personally because I am long the euro. Nice QBT bounce. What's up, Mr. Rivera? Yeah, let me check that out, actually. Let me just finish these. We'll stop at gold, and I'll go check it out. Euro. I do like that Dixie's falling because I am long the euro. I bought some euro down here. Just like, man, just looking for a quick move up to 16.5 or something like that. A lot of resistance there, but yeah, we'll see if that happens. See if it works out for me, whatever. Let's see. DAX is just BS in here. It is trying to put a little basing pattern with this candle structure, like this one right here, and then these ones clustering above it. As long as we're holding like about 15K flat, this is okay. I know it doesn't look really great as far as the posturing. Where the hell are my long-term moving averages? Do I have them turned off? I guess I do. Well, we don't want that. Wait, hold up. Hold up, man. I do have them off. Well, that's surprising. I don't know why I had that. I guess I was doing some other stuff. All right. So, yeah, see, this is, I had a feeling that this is where the 200 was going to be just off this price action. That whenever you get these openings, if you watch the show a lot, we don't like the signals that are like this, because when they go up against long-term trend, and then you even can look left and see lots of support there, it doesn't make it as high probability if the 200 is like maybe down here where the red is, or maybe even price was below it. That would be the ultimate positioning for that guy. Anyway, though, DAX just not looking super great. Shanghai is okay. It's actually trying to just chill above and retest the breakout. So is this going to confirm that this is a real breakout? We don't know yet, but it's looking okay. If we get back in this triangle, though, we probably go to the other side of the triangle like immediately, and then we'll have to just reset and reassess from there. And any dailies above 3,600, it probably is going to come back and test up here at 37 and change. So that one's a pretty easy chart to read. Let's go, gold. Let's get it. Boy. I love it. Nice gold move. All right, I got to look at something real quick. Let's go look at that Q-Biddles real fast, and we'll go back to gold. Oh, yeah, that is a nice little McBouncy. Right to your $5. Man, when you asked us about it a couple days ago, Mr. Joe, that's where the level we were looking at. It said better hold $5. And it looks like the bulls do like it. If this candle does close up here and finishes out this week, let's go to the week. If we can finish the week out and close above like 620, this would actually look fairly decent. Let's get ahead of ourselves a little bit. Still got 2 days. But, hey, so far, that's a decent reaction. That's what we kind of want to see, right? And looks like 650 is like definitely the next pivot point. You got the gap, the retest of the top of the gap, and kind of all this business here. So mid-sixes is definitely that kind of number there. But, yeah, not too shabby. All right, let's go back over to gold. Let me also look up some stuff I might need to manage before the close. I bought some new thing called Trend today. I added to my BlackBerry position today with some calls. Call spreads, because I almost never buy calls straight up. BlackBerry's kind of given up a lot of the runs it had from this morning. If we can go to the zoom here, you can see big pump. Will it get some more pumping? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Just adding a little bit to that position. We'll see what happens. And like I said, it's a small little call spread on top of my shares, so we'll just see what happens there. I actually do need to look at Russell, because I do have a position on that. And I'm probably going to have to take it off for a small loss on this one. I missed my opportunity. I've been kind of lazy trading in the mornings. I was short at the top of the, like actually about right here. And I was like looking at this morning. I was like, damn, I should just take this shit off. And then got distracted, did some other stuff. Easy to do in the internet age with 80 billion things to watch. But that looks okay. Do I want to take off my other gold? Let's look at GDX. I took off my GLD pump position. GDX actually put on a pretty decent base here, and you can see the DMI and everything got kind of bullish on this setup, so above 30.50 looks pretty damn good. Not too shabby. Is it at resistance? I probably should take it off, actually, because it is coming up right to this resistance points. Let's go look at gold real fast and see what it's doing. Also at major resistance, too. That 1800 is kind of the pivot point for gold, it looks like. Weekly's a little bit higher at 1815. Man, yeah, interesting. That's a hard one because gold has been a bitch, dude. That thing is mean. It will pump dump all the time. Gold's actually pretty hard to trade. If you've ever traded precious metals, you probably know that. I will say that this 3 hour is pretty nice, though. For the 2 weeks, we are taking out, and bulls are saying, hey, we're probably pretty good above this 1776 area. Yeah, boy, good number, huh? All right, let's see what else we got here. So maybe I will leave that on. Did silver follow through too? Yep, silver's doing it. Getting a little bit of resistance though, but still building a decent case. Platinum. Platinum's trying, not as pretty. Platinum's not as pretty. Yeah, damn, that's a tough one. That is a tough one, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what junior miners are doing. Damn, junior miners bounced even. Oh my god, I always forget to look at GDXJ. Oh, wow. I wish I would have looked at it because at the apex right here of a test of a long-term formation, that's usually a really good spot to buy things at. Or sell if it's on the underbelly of it. But man, pretty interesting. Yeah, oh well, it's okay. I was in GDX, so it's not like it's still fine. But oh man, I feel like I should take this off. Damn it. Because it really doesn't have much more room if it's gonna stay in a downtrend. Like $33. Shit, boy. Shit, that's a tough one. Let's go look at something else really fast. Let's look at the fangs. Where are you, fang mans? Tesla putting in another vol flash. So that's 4 in a row. There is probably a very big trending move coming soon out of Tesla. So do be on the lookout for that. Probably in the next couple of weeks, usually is what that signals. None of these are really giving us. I just wanted to really show that Tesla thing, that it's continuing to be very low volatility, and the yellow means it's starting to increase ever so slightly. So maybe we're about to see some resolution on that. Sector majors, pretty much everything up today. Except, that's pretty much flat. Yeah, a little bit of the oil stuff is starting to creep down, and regional banks are actually starting to roll over a little bit. So that's interesting, but other than that, it actually looks pretty good. Let's go to, and here, actually I made a new list for this. Costs, super pump yesterday. I sold that in the close yesterday because it's just like, wow, it actually finally made a pump, but you can see it's already getting dumped on. Now, is this a spot to possibly re-enter? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's kind of tough. I'm going to wait to see what happens tomorrow. AMC. GME pumped pretty good, too, I believe. Yeah, about 5%. Right on this trend line, man. This is pretty good, and it looks really good on the weekly. I was talking to my buddy about it last time. I was like, what do you think of the trend line? He's like, oh, that's stupid. That's a dumb trade. Usually when he just totally dismisses my trades, they're usually good. I told him, I was like, oh, I like my position better now. It's just kind of funny, whatever. But this actually looks pretty damn good, man. I kind of like it. We get over into 193, and first of all, I can't believe that GameStop's held 140 for this whole year. That is pretty epic. Just wow. and you got the 200 has caught up with this trend line. I mean, we get a close above this horse, this like little mama hump, this 194 area on the daily, dude. I think that this thing could rip to the upside, which sounds crazy, I know. Hood is one thing that I've actually thought about buying. I actually might go look at the option market real quick because we still got like 10 minutes. They trade for about 15 minutes after the bell. Let's see what's in here. Pretty tight markets, definitely playable. Let's go out to November, give a little bit, or I'm sorry, December, give a little bit more time. Yeah, they widen out pretty good into December, so maybe November is a better way to play it. I mean, and this is just kind of easy. I hate Robinhood, but I try to be indifferent about things that I trade, and I really like that this is just right here, man. I mean, it's like even straight shares, it's only 2-3% risk. I mean, so that's stupid easy peasy to manage, you know? And you can probably target, let's just assume it'll make a lower high. So you can probably target like around like 45-ish bucks. So maybe like 10%. That's a 3-to-1 plus. That's pretty damn good. Yeah, the options are kind of wide. I might just do, I might just take a little half position real quick here after the bell. Let's see here. Let's do that. Oh, except I gotta do it from a different spot. I gotta go over here and buy. And I gotta go fill outside of regular session. Let's see. Let's just, like I said, we're just gonna do a little tiny position here. You know, I'm just gonna get just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Although I probably could put a full position on here just because it's like 2.5%. That's easy peasy, man. All right, I'll do that. Let's see. Oh, close. What's the bid right now? Hold on, let me pull up the 452. All right, so that is accurate. Let's see if they'll let me fill this. Sometimes not everything is traded after hours, so sometimes they won't let you fill that. Oh, I actually had a bid to buy it earlier, but it didn't fill it. You little fucker. You little fucker. All right, it let me fill it at 40.54. So I got a little bit of hood. Oh, God. Terrible. I feel so dirty now. I feel so dirty. How could I do such a thing? Ew. All right, let's go back to this thing here. Yeah, if you want me to look at any tickers, let me know now, because I will be signing off here shortly. Man, Fizz still just looking good. Ripping the faces. I mean, what the shit? Pff, okay, Fizz. Get it in. Snowflake actually breaking out of the horizontal today. Wow. Okay. DoorDash is probably going to end up being a buy here. I will tell you, I can't wait to short this piece of shit stock. I hate this company. They're run so terribly. Is Grubhub publicly traded? No? Damn, it's not. That's surprising. JustEatTakeaway.com. Unless that's them. I guess that could be them. JustEatTakeaway.com. Maybe not. Huh. Oh, does that count as Grubhub? Let's see. Grubhub, which is traded publicly since 2014. They merged with that Just Eat Takeaway. Probably because they're trying to just buy all the damn services like this. Interesting. God, I guess this business model sucks. Which it kind of does. On the weekly, though, you do have it coming back down to test these lows. So, I mean, kind of just like Hood, like Robinhood, I mean, all it's got to do is pretty much break this previous low, and then you're like, oh, shit, it's fucked. So, I mean, that's only, what, 5%? 2%, man. Interesting. I'm going to put that on the watch list for tomorrow, because that might be one to be paying attention to. I'm also going to throw it up on this watch list. All right. Arc between these, blah, who cares? Planeteer. I mean, if meme stocks are going to get crunk, Planeteer is going to get crunk with them. About 4% right here. If it did lose just this 23 area, yeah, it's probably going to 21, 20, something like that. But right now, you know, let's get this line out of here because it did breach it, but it's not getting any follow through so far. And really what we're going to look at is just basic price structure. Higher lows, higher highs, still an uptrend. So damn, interesting. Maybe Planeteer might be one to watch manana as well. I can't. I mean, this probably will rally. It's a scam, but who cares? No one gives a shit. They're just gonna pump it anyway. FOMO is getting no FOMO. No one's FOMO in this shit. This is reverse FOMO ETF. Apparently, Neo, whatever, trash, garbage. Let's look at blockchain stuff, and then I'm gonna wrap this bitch up. All right, Coinbase Global. They said they're gonna do NFTs by the end of the year. Coinbase usually likes to mark the tops of anything when they get into it. So, yeah, I'd be careful about that. If they actually do launch them, I'd be like, oh my God, that's probably the sell the news event of the year. Just like their IPO was back over here. Yeah, literally, to the pretty much T, called the top. Just like futures did that too back in the day. It's just funny. Funny stuff. Anyway, it's okay above about 240. Back below 240, I'd start to be concerned. BitF, I bought some of this. It's just sideways crap. Just not getting no love on that one. Not yet, anyway. Hopefully we get a little pampage. MicroStrategies actually has bullish reset now. So we were looking for that on Monday, I believe. And now this thing above 660s is in a bullish reset pattern. So it does need to break 800 to really get excited. But this is interesting. This is interesting. Man, you could probably argue this is an inverted type head and shoulders pattern too. I mean, it's kind of like a complex one or just a sloppy accumulation type pattern, right? It's like bloop, 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 bloop. Like it's a perfect head and shoulders. See, I'm just obviously joking, but look at that. It really only does target to the tops of the highs. So, whatever. We'll just keep that 660s above 660s. It looks all right. Where is this one? This one I do think has the potential to pump still. I haven't bought any yet. I got 4 minutes. Maybe I want to scoop some. I don't know. This is very, very high risk. Obviously, it's a penny stock, and it's crypto related, so it's a double whammy. Weekly, though, man, I mean, it is enticing. I will say it is enticing. I might wait for the 3 hour to give us some kind of candle structure. But you can see when this thing doesn't want to pump, it doesn't even give you any time. This is a 3 hour candle. This is like a day. It's actually 2 days. But you didn't even get the reset. By the time it reset, it was just like, oh, just kidding. We're already done. We could look at DMI for a little cheat code, though. Yeah, actually, DMI said on this candle here, it was saying, let's get it in. So still another 30% left on that. But yeah, this is something I probably will nibble on here. Just really small. I'll probably just do like a third of a position on this guy of my normal size. Just because, you know, to lower the risk. GBDC is actually looking pretty damn good here. Very nice. That's good to have confluence with Bitcoin. So I do like that. And Mara's looking pretty good. We might be double topping, so got to be cautious here. But pretty good so far. What's Overstock doing? Overstock has been the pump mania, man. I mean, look at this look at this crazy shit off of the lows of Corona. 3,500%, dude, in 160 days. Absolute bananas. Pretty funky chart here. It does have a trend line that I'm seeing about like so. And then also on the bottom side, you can even almost probably use this one over here. Yeah, look at that little symmetrical triangle. And we're almost 75. Well, we're past it actually. It's like 88% full or something. This is interesting. This thing is actually something to watch when it breaks out of this range. And I am going to put a alert on this bitch, or an alert for you grammar Nazis out there. And if it breaks below any of these ranges, I do want to know. All right, so we got that. And dude, use alerts, guys. It's so helpful. You don't have to keep hawking the damn thing. Still got time to check NOK. Oh, Nokia. Hey. Yeah, Nokia. I haven't heard that. I'm glad you brought that up, dude. I need to add that to my memes over here, boy. What's another? If you have any other suggestions, I need to put on here to my meme list. Meme-ree. Please let me know. All right, Nokia. I'm really glad you mentioned that because I was super bullish Nokia earlier this year, and that did come to fruition pretty well. Okay, not too shabby, not too shabby. It is attempting to do a reset by the bulls. They do have lots of resistance here, though, at about $6. So it does really need to clear that. Let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, zooming in. This looks good. I like the 3 hour. This is nice. Above about 560. Looks pretty good. You can see there's going to be major resistance here at that horizontal because that's the body, and I bet that, oh, look at that. It does line up. It's like this TA hocus pocus shit works sometimes. Yeah, look at that. Is a very, very critical area. So, you know, maybe we get a run to there. I would start to get super bullish on this if we could close a couple dailies above, open and close above 660. And let's zoom out really, really far. We do that, we probably go to sevens, mid upper sevens. And then, I mean, then you can start getting stupid bananas if we actually did want to get past that. But not too shabby. It needs to get out of this camel hump on the mama in a few more, probably another week of price action. And we might be able to take a stab on Nokia. I'm glad you mentioned that one. Thank you, sir. Grazie. Mimi restocks, dude. Alright, I'm trying to consolidate Clown World because some of those need to be in there. Into the meme stocks, because not a lot of these, I don't like the name of that one. It doesn't really help me. What else is on this list that needs to be in the memes? Foam is in there. Planeteer probably needs to be added in there. That one got super pumped. Yeah, let's add that one in there. Planeteer, where are you? Dow. Yeah, but not too shabby on Nokia. I totally forgot about this stock for a while, man. All right, no, pretty nice, eh? Very nice accumulation pattern right here on the weekly. Very, very sexy. I mean, a Nokia on the weekly is pretty safe as long as it's above $5. Hey, just like Qubits or Qubitals or whatever that company is called. So $5, 2 thumbs up. Mucho like it. God damn, it's already been an hour. Holy Toledo. All right, what else do I got? I bought some Trend. Oh, I bought this one today. Trend. Don't know anything that they do. Don't care. I mean, all I care is that they have volume. They actually pay a pretty fat dividend. It's coming up this month, almost 3%. Which you do need to be cautious when dividends get too high, especially when they start approaching 4+. And then there's something questionable about their financials. But that's another conversation. Let's see here. Horizontal, obviously right about there. And that's pretty much what I'm targeting, about upper 20s, $29.50 to $30. Because we got this nice little saucer here at about 27, upper 27s. And EMAs are getting nice and restructured to look kind of sexy. And this one just popped up on my screener. So sometimes I have some good ones on the screener. Like today I actually had a few good ones. I just don't like to buy all of them. Oh, what? It reset from the one earlier. Damn it. Shit. That sucks. That really sucks. Next something was one of them, but maybe it was this one. Yeah, okay, it was this one, Next Decade. I actually do kind of like this one. I need to put that on my watch list. But damn, that sucks. It reset the list from this morning. There was actually 2 other ones on there that looked pretty damn good. What's Hershey's doing? Hershey's trying to break out of this rounded top, saying, oh, this isn't rounded. This is a Hershey's Kiss. continuation pattern. It's real technical. Wow, Pepsi, dude. What the shit? Pepsi's about to break out again. 160, above 160, dude. That thing's... it's unstoppable. Fuck me, dude. PepsiCo. Jesus Christ. That garbage-ass soda. Alright, let's see. Let's close that. Let's close that. Alright. I think das ist alles. I believe so. Brokers, what are they doing? I haven't looked at them in a while. Wow, Interactive saying, what's up, bitches? CME also getting crunk. Wow, ICE. What the hell? Why is ICE breaking out to new all-time highs? That's weird. That's a big move for a broker. Schwab chilling. Oh, bond trading. Man, this one's probably going to get some love too, I bet. Huh. This might be something to put on the list for tomorrow, about 3% risk, and you're pretty much at a 2.5 to 1, you know, because it's funny because a lot of these have the same, well, not that one. The one I picked didn't have the same pattern, but CME, rounded top, kind of here in Schwab too, pumps up to the top. Interactive Brokers is not quite, it's a little more sloppy, but you can kind of get the point. So, interesting. So that might be a little play there later. Oh, betting. DraftKings. I do like this position on DraftKings here. Let's zoom in. Oh, yeah. As long as it holds 47.50. Not too shabby, eh? Bets. What's MGM doing? Let's look at him. Yeah, wow. MGM, dude. What the shit is this? 10% move in MGM to all-time highs? Wow, or not all-time highs, I'm sorry. All-time local highs. 07 was actually its all-time high at almost 100 bones. Wow, shit, dude. So MGM is in breakout mode above 45 bucks. That's crazy. Is Caesars following it too? Yeah, kind of. Not as definitively. Yeah, I wonder what happened there. Maybe it's a little news-driven catalyst, which I won't be reading about because I don't care about news. But wow, yeah, above 45, dude. Looks great. How about the VAX? Are they bouncing off the lows? Oh, okay, look at this, guys. CVAX. This right here, this pattern right here, this is usually forms into a basing type pattern. So as long as we're holding about $40-ish, and really, if you're loose on it, you'd go down to the close of this body. But man, any closure above a daily at 45.50, this is kind of a nice little bottoming candle formation, kind of abandoned baby island reversal. Well, there's a few different names that kind of fall in there, but just whatever. The name doesn't matter. Just look at the picture of it. Planeteer was a good one that had this structure too earlier in the year that ended up resulting in some pretty nice fat gains. Wow, just hyped. The A-frame pump and dump on Pfizer, man. Pretty brutal. Back below the all-time high. Whenever you do that, man, this is like false breakout stuff, and you just get back below the all-time highs. You can't really get too sexy on it. The best thing about it, though, is that we are retesting this giant consolidation. And we are just on the top of the range. So it's in an okay spot. And, you know, I could see the argument here for longing till probably about like 40 bucks on this guy, like 39.50-ish. And then on the weekly, where would I stop out? I might actually take this trade tomorrow. Yeah, about 39 bucks. Anything back below 39 bucks, I'd start to get pretty concerned on that one. Man, look at this. Break it, go back into the range, false breakout shit, test the other side of the range. This is textbook price action right here, man. And now it's between the daily 200, 377. Yeah. Maybe if you really wanted to not think too hard about it, bottom of range trading, shit, yeah, you could target 162 to about 190 and then just stop out at like 154. That's a range trade idea that probably will actually work on this chart. Let's see. Oops. But I don't know shit. Don't listen to me. Wow, Regeneron gapped. Look at this gap. Look, this gap literally gapped past all this consolidation. That does not happen very often. That is not great for the bulls on this stock. This is pretty bearish, sub 575 on this guy. Codex, yeah, not great. AHPI, maybe. You could probably argue here because anything back below 580, trash. But, yeah, there's maybe something there. Oh my god, APT, there's just never been anything here except for a short-lived right before Corona. Oh my god, we're amazing. Oh, just kidding, we suck ass. So there's nothing in that chart. Is this a giant H pattern right here? Possibly. This could possibly be a decent buy here. It does have that nice little cluster candle, kind of like the one we just looked at earlier. And so we are finding some re-support found in the 640 area. So, man, not too bad on that one either. All right, I think that's it. I'm going to wrap it up. Biatch. Wrap it up. Bitty Bits. What are you doing, Bitty Bits? It's actually looking fairly good. I like this low time frame thing. The only thing that I don't like is the oscillators are still bearish. So that's the only thing that does suck. Let's see if this daily can close above 57.5 though. If we can do that, that's actually pretty good. And as long as it really holds 54,000, it's okay. So what we don't want to start seeing now is this get stalled out and this momentum creep in from the bears on these lower time frames and then make a lower low than this. That would start to look kind of bad. Ethereum. Oh, look at Ethereum playing a little catch up today. That must have happened here recently. Yeah, look at that. Playing a little bit of catch up. Why, hello. Will it be able to close above the area here? Possibly. Possibly. It's still rallying on bearish internals, which I don't like. And we are kind of just in the same lower high structure. You do have to give a little credit right here. This is a higher low. So if we can get a higher close on this 458 time above 3600, higher high made, then this could be flipping back around. And that would look pretty damn sexy for Ethereum Unicorn Shirt Man. And the bulls are defending that low 3400s very well so far. So not too shabby. Back below 3400, I'd look for 33 at minimum and probably a little bit lower. And then conversely, man, really just got to clear that 3600 area. We do that, we probably come up to 37, low 37s pretty quick. And then the next test will ensue around that level. And then we'll have to just reassess from there. All right, much love, guys. Appreciate it. I'll see y'all guys soon. Peace.